We're staying in the 05 modifying objects.dwg file, and I'm sure you're following along with the one that you've downloaded from your lynda.com exercise files. We're now going to look at the stretch and lengthen commands in this particular section of our AutoCAD 2017 Essentials course. And what we're going to do, we're going to place a small line in this right-hand office area here. Now you'll notice I'm in the named office view. If you're not in the named office view, just go to the view control, click here on the view name, custom model views, and select office like so. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to zoom in on that little bit of wall just there at the top. So just pan a bit, zoom a bit on the mouse like so. And we're going to draw a line that represents a center line, and then we're going to stretch it and we're going to lengthen it, and I'm going to show you how to do that with both commands. So on your layers panel on the home tab on the ribbon, make sure that you're on the right layer. So we want I wall, internal wall. There it is there, that yellow layer. So make sure that's our current drafting layer. Then go to the draw panel here and select the line command. Now I'm not just going to go and click on any old object snap. I'm going to do a shift and a right click. So hold down the shift key, right click, and you want a mid between 2 points. Now as usual, because my screen is small, that's kind of gone off the screen. So let's be sensible and hit escape once. Shift and right click, there we go, so we can see all of the menu. And it's that one there. Now mid between 2 points only shows up on the shortcut menu when you do the shift and the right click for the snaps. Be aware of that. It's an override snap. So I'm going to click there, mid between 2 points. I'm going to zoom in real close, and I want that endpoint snap there as my first mid, and that endpoint snap there as my second mid. And as you can see, I've now got the mid between 2 points. Zoom out slightly on the wheel, just roll back, drag the line down using the polar tracking. Make sure your polar tracking is on. And in the input box there, type in 1500, 1500 millimeters, 1.5 meters. Press enter, and there's our line. Hit escape just a couple of times to come out of the line command, and there's our line that we're going to either stretch or lengthen. So it's right there like so. Now I'm going to zoom in a bit for clarity. There we go. And what we're going to do is we're going to stretch the line first. Now the line itself is just there, that one there. So I'm going to go to the modify panel here. There's the stretch command. I click there. Notice it says stretches objects crossed by a selection window or polygon. Now what it means is it has to be a crossing window or a crossing polygon. So if I click on stretch, come into the drawing area, I'm prompted to select the object I want to stretch. It has to be a crossing window or a crossing polygon. So that's right to left. So if I come over here with the pick box, click once, drag the crossing window over like that, the green dashed one, and click again. That's how your stretch command wants the object to be selected. Press enter or right click to confirm the selection. You're then prompted for a base point. Now what I'm going to do is use the end point snap of the line, click there like so, and I'll just pan upwards before I stretch it, and as I drag down, again use the polar tracking, otherwise you're going to get a wonky line. So polar tracking is on. When I get the intersection on the wall, I click there, and I'm done. So as you can see there, I've got a nice dead straight center line ready to start creating more internal walls here like this one and this one. Now that's one way of extending that short line. There's another way, and it's called the lengthen command. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to jump up to the quick access toolbar and click on undo just a couple of times until my line is shortened again to this little line here. And then I'm just going to pan upwards a little bit so I can see the line a little bit more clearly. I'm going to go to the modify panel and click on the little flyout arrow here. And then I'm going to pin the flyout open using the little pin symbol. And I want this command here, lengthen. So I click on lengthen, come into the drawing area, and again it says select an object to measure, or I've got 4 options: delta, percent, total, and dynamic. Delta allows me to extend the line by a d distance. So it'll be a fraction of the line itself. Percent allows me to make it 100%, 200%, 300% longer, and so on. Total, if I know the distance, I can put in an exact total distance of what I want the length of the line to be. You'll notice the 4th option is dynamic. Dynamic allows me to lengthen dynamically to any known point. That's the one I'm going to use to lengthen my line to make my center line to split the office space into two. So I can right click, it's also on the shortcut menu there, and I select dynamic. And I'm going to come up here and select the object to change. Make sure you click just on the end of the line there. Don't click up here because it will think you want to go upwards and go dynamically upwards. You want it near the end of the line that you want to lengthen. So there. And as I come down, can you see I'm dynamically lengthening the line? I'll just pan upwards a bit, using the polar tracking to make sure it's exactly vertical. There's the intersection, click, and if I zoom out a tad, there we go. So what I've done there is exactly the same as the stretch command, but just using the lengthen command instead. So that's how you can stretch and lengthen objects when you're working in AutoCAD 2017.